Going.
Some monstrous punts, stadium high winners we've seen in the last few days from both the game and I guess their great practice as well. Is anything different about what's going on this year?
Just spending more time this offseason. Actually, I'm in the process of experimenting with how to become the best punter I can. And this offseason, I went and I did speed training for 2.5 months. I want to be able to hit those really high punts, but not have to try hard, And that sounds a little arrogant or whatever, but I'm just trying to be the best I can each day.
Randy called you the best holder in the NFL right now. What does that mean coming from a coach? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, it means a lot because that's high praise coming from Randy. And I couldn't do it without Justin. I couldn't do it without Randy. Couldn't have done it without Sam Koch. Can't do it without Nick. It's without those guys, it's not possible. Justin holding me to a high standard. Nick snapping the ball 12 o'clock laces over the spot so I can put it down fast. It's something that we take great pride in. And Sam Koch is the best holder of all time. And learning from him has been great. What resulted in it? Oh, God, I could talk about it all day. It looks like I'm just putting the ball down, but, so essentially Justin wants the ball to be put down essentially on the size of a piece of rice. It needs to be perfect every time, and, that's why he's great. He's a system guy. There's that, he likes the ball to be down really fast, so starting my rookie year, they've been telling me, and they still tell me, get the ball down faster, get the ball down faster. Sam sometimes says, hey, man, good job taking your time on that one. So we have some fun with it, but it's just it really is an everyday thing. It's never good enough, and it never will be good enough, and I think that's why we're so great at it.
You spent some time yesterday practice talking to us, and you're saying they were out here. What was the conversation, and what do you kind of learn from just talking ball? What's the conversation?
Yeah, we talked a lot about our routine and how we went about our days. I was really shocked to hear that on a game day for them that they have almost every day. It's very routine that he goes and he hits in the cage for an hour and then he stretches for an hour. I'm making that up, but he every second of the day he's doing something on game days, and I just how's that mentally on you? He's it's tough, but that's what it takes, and I think that's why he's so great.
Jordan, do you feel like you've been more consistent out here in practice in year 3? Gaining consistency is the name of the game for punter, right? Do you feel like you've been more consistent, and what's leading to that?
Yeah, I feel like this is the most consistent I've ever been. This is my job, and I treat it like that. I go to bed at night, and I'm thinking about punting. I wake up in the morning, and I'm thinking about punting. Harb says it all the time. It's if you're not thinking about football, what are you thinking about? So, all day, every day, I'm thinking of how I can get better. And I think that's the result of why I'm doing so much better.
Jordan, you mentioned Justin makes you better. What's it been like having the opportunity to work with him? He's the best punter job in the NFL right now. And then just how has he been?
Yeah, he's the greatest of all time. And just watching him each and every day, how talking about Gunner, about talking about how Justin has his routine and how he follows the same thing every single day. To a T, never straying away from what makes him great. And I'd say that it's great, just learning from him every day, and he's the best.
Jordan, you got drafted to replace Sam Koch, a longtime team punter, kind of a team legend, and then he ends up being your coach as well. Can you talk to us about your relationship with him and kind of what he's brought to your game?
Yeah, I really do look at Sam like a big brother. Anytime I'm struggling or having a good day, having an okay day, he has advice to give me. I go back and watch his tape and just somewhat try to replicate what he does in terms of consistency and ball placement. He really is. He was one of the best, and learning from him every day is great.
Is there anything specific in your punting that you and he have really worked on?
A still ball. Once I drop the ball, in years past, my ball had a tendency of moving in the air, and sometimes that's inevitable. It's going to be windy, it's going to be rainy, things are going to happen, but just trying to reduce all variables. I want it to be as easy as possible. 3 things that I do is I try to walk when I punt, because I walk all day, every day. I try to hold the ball like I'm shaking a hand, because I shake hands all day, and then just trying to have a controlled tempo and just keeping that the same every time. And those are all things Sam taught me. Just having all 3 of those things the same every time lead to success.
Coach Jordan was saying that it's a conversation when to add kicking into your repertoire, since you did it Is that something that you think about? Is that a goal of yours? Is that something you're just waiting for them to give you the word on?
You know, I've come to terms with it. I'm not a field goal kicker anymore, and I'm going to let Justin handle it. But, you know, my job is to be ready if something happens, God forbid. But, you know, I'll be ready if something happens to Justin, and that's when you all do see me like once or twice a year out there kicking field goals or kickoffs. That's what it's for.
Jordan, you said you spent 2.5 months speed training. Just what does that kind of look like? What is that kind of training?
I'm not going to get too technical with it, but essentially it's 4 days a week. I'll wake up in the morning. So I did it in Fort Lauderdale, actually, which is great because it usually took up like 3 hours of my day, and then me and my fiance could just lay at the beach. It was amazing. But yeah, wake up, we'd go in, we'd do like a short lift. It's all from like a speed position, which is like where your glute is activated and you could like explode out of the position in any moment. Like whether we're doing shoulders, chest, like everything was in that position. And then after that, we go to the field, and yeah, I was there with Miles Boykin, Trey Swilling, one of the tight ends for Tennessee, and you know, just competing with those guys the whole time, just trying to be faster than them. And I think that pushed me because I think speed translates really well to like leg speed and punting. And so yeah, that's what it looked like.
Sort of layman's education you could give us on the angle that a holder holds the football. Just take us through a little bit of it.
Very simple. You put the ball down directly straight up and down, and then you tilt it very slightly towards you, and that's how Justin likes it. He's very easy in that aspect, and you gotta love that.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.